Part 3, the list. The list has notes, side notes. So we got this woman, and then we got these quarter panel side notes on what they're looking for. If it's a woman and she's Asian, and the writer or the director of the movie is hiring only Asians, she's there. Whether she had those dreadlocks or a leather or not. Now, let's say two other hot Asian chicks come in. Now, let's say one of the Asian chicks is Filipino, so she's going to be tightly dark like me. The other Asian chick comes from either China or Japan versus the one that's already there, so their tones are going to be a little different. Let's see, the first Asian chick, let's say she was from China, so she's slightly light. And let's say the other one is from Japan, so she's either going to be a little bit lighter or a little bit darker. Now, if the Asian director sees all three of them, they all might get the job, as long as they don't have a shitty attitude with the character in which they're going to play. And when you're an actor, whatever character you're going to play it well, whether you fucking like it or not, because this is what your life will consist of. And your life is going to change after that. So, like I said, I have some do's and don'ts, and I will discuss that when I'm an established actor. You know, because morally they can't make you do something you don't want to do. Contractually obligated is a whole nother ball game. So you're going to have to bend a little bit. I'm not saying you got to take it up the ass, but you may have to bend your morals a little bit. So my morals are bendable, but some things are unacceptable, and I ain't going to do it. You know, you're not going to jump me on money. You're not going to fuck me on a contract. I'm just not going to do it, because you're going to have the list of what I'm going to do and not do before I sign the contract, and you're going to negotiate the contract. Because somebody's always going to be hungrier than I am. And this is staying. The ponytail is not an option. It stays. I have to honor my word to my father. I'm not cutting it before I'm 50. And I might not cut it after that. If it gets any longer, I might be a happy man. Because this is almost at my shoulders. It's not there yet, but it's getting there. Anyway, I have other plans with my hair that does not involve Hollywood. You know, and a lot of actors are known for their hair. I'm good with that. Anyway, so on your other list and your notes, your list is basically ethnicity, race, gender, age, probably not so much, because now they have age progression or digression technology, so that's not going to be a factor now. But for the most part, your health is important. So if you're making movies and stuff, you need to stay healthy. And then, you know, you have to have your stuff together. So also on this list, let's see, height. We're looking for a black guy, 6'2" or better. And he can't be obese. He has to be all muscle. He has to be cut. So you get past the preliminaries, and you take off your shirt. You got a tiny gut. And you're like, okay, what can you do to lose that gut? Because we want you. I mean, the guy comes in, he's flamboyant, he's fly, he's thick, he's solid, he's muscular, he's got a gut, but he's on the list. He's 6'5", he's black, we need him. We're not always going to be able to find what we're looking for. He's not too dark, he's not too black, he's got perfect color of mocha, so that we can get him in there, and we can decide if he's going to be like The Rock and play the good guy, or if he's going to be like Ving Rhames and play either the bad guy or the anti-hero or the antagonist. It just depends on what the script's going to call for. So on this list, they're looking for people who fit certain criteria. And they don't tell you this at casting calls, because they know that if they tell you this, maybe, less than 10 people will show up. That's why they always tell you, come as you are, keep it real, and be who you are when you get there. Because they're going to weed you out. That's all to that. And here's the thing. No one like me has ever been on their list. No one 5'3", mixed ethnicity, maybe a $125. Definitely not mocha, too yellow, you know, farmer's tan. They're not looking for that. But they're looking for someone, you know, they're going to be like, all right, well, we need a guy who's this ethnicity. He needs to be full-blooded black. Or we need somebody who's full white. Or we need somebody who's fully Asian. But we can't use you, Mr. Williams, because you're all three. and we don't have a script written in the universe where you can play that character. Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for that, but it's the truth. When you have mixed characters in shows, unless it's made by a mixed person or a mixed phenomenon, which is like very rare commodity if you find a mixed character that's in charge, it's a very rare commodity. There aren't too many mixed people in comics so that you can play. And what's going to happen is, let's say I get a character. So they're going to look at me and they're going to like, all right, Mr. Williams, we need to know what your ethnicity is. Are you a Mexican? No, but I'll play one on TV even though I don't speak Spanish at all. Oh, no habla español muy bien. That's the only Spanish I learned while I was in college. Because I was sucking so bad at Spanish that the Spanish teacher told me to get the answers out the back of the book because it's the only way I was going to pass the class. And I told her I can't learn that way, and morally that would be wrong. But she also thought I was Mexican and told me that I should already know Spanish. And then I corrected her and said, first and foremost, lady, I'm not Mexican. I'm of Native American, black and white descent. So the Mexican that you see is that tribal Native American in me. Except for my Native American ancestors are not Mayans, Incans, or Aztec, or from the Amazon. So Cherokees are Eastern Native Americans. We're not Southern Native Americans. We didn't come up from the Incan, the Aztec, and the Mayans and move into Mexico like most Mexicans did. Alright? My people were always here. Cherokees all over Virginia. So, therefore, now, a lot of people have called me Hawaiian. A lot of people have called me Mexican. A lot of people call me Hawaiian. A lot of people call me Filipino. Very few people have called me black. Except for back in grade school, in middle school, and high school. But their famous phrase for, you're not a real nigger, you're a half nigger, and we don't want you on our side anymore. See where that was going? So, there is no list that says, we need a mixed guy to be the hero or the villain. Now, there are some books I read, something about a Macintosh family, where they had some half black, half Japanese guys, they were gangsters, and they had another one, I think it's called Manchu. I never finished it, but it had some mixed people in there as well. Now, if those books were being made, I have work, because a lot of Asian people were like, what Asian country do you come from? And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm American. And it's like, yeah, but you look like you're slightly Asian. Now, the story behind that is, I had a bet with a friend when I first started going to college because I was working out with my stick. Not that bow staff, but a good bow staff. And he jumped out of nowhere. And I thought we were going to fight because he was from Korea. And he's like, no. I thought you were part Chinese. I was like, well, I'm part Native American. I'm definitely not Chinese. And he's like, well, I hate to tell you this, but Native Americans are Asian. I'll tell you guys this story before. So the long and short is, he proved me wrong. And Native Americans are Asian. Native Americans are Mongoloid stock, and Mongoloids are from Mongolia, and etc., etc. So that also explains how when you see certain Asian features in tribal people, now you know. As I've told you guys plenty of times if you've been on this channel before. The problem is, that list, unless it's like being made a movie about tribal people, I'm not going to work. Because to some black people, I don't look black enough to play a black person. You may laugh at me now, but you can ask, you can put me up next to somebody else black, and they'll tell you, what is he? You have no idea. I'll make a video about that after this. But you have no idea that when you go into these casting calls and you're thinking, I can act. And you very well may have gone through acting in high school. I did it in high school. I did it in college. And I've gotten nowhere. I did play Peter Fawcett for the city of Charlottesville at the Historical Museum. And everything that I learned, I had to unlearn and learn something else. And I'm pretty good on my feet. But when you go through these casting calls, you're in a limbo type area. Because, like I said, for me, there are no stories of mixed people. Which is why when I started this channel, I wanted to make movies where mixed kids like me could have somebody other than The Rock and Tiger Woods to look up to. And I have epically failed. because no one's giving mixed people a real chance. Now there's some mixed people in the show that the guy that's gay got beat up, mugged, attacked, whatever. That show. And she's playing a mixed person, which my hat's off to her. I don't watch the show. Okay? I don't watch the show. I'm not really into black music. I listen to movie soundtracks. Yeah, don't judge me. Anyway, that's what I do. I listen to movie soundtracks. You know? And then I have been in situations where black people are like, we probably shouldn't talk too much because we got this half-breed dude here and we don't know what he's going to go tell white people because they're going to assume that I'm Uncle Tom. Which goes back to this list. In this list, you have ethnicity, you have gender, you have height, you have weight, and you have the all-out, more important than anything else, how they look when they come through that door. If you look like trash, you come in and you could have just came from work and you just heard about it on the radio, so you ain't had time to go home, shower, and get your gear together. That's why they say come as you are. I, on the other hand, I dressed in a polite t-shirt, got on some cargo pants, got my hair washed, got my ass washed, got my deodorant on, got my teeth brushed. I'm there, fully loaded, but I'm not on the list. And this list that everybody keeps saying doesn't exist, exists because I've had one of the guys, literally, who's a casting director, tell me that they have a list. And that if you don't fit the bill on that list, it's more than likely you won't be getting a contract. Now, other actors who have made it will tell you that there's no such thing about that, don't worry about that, that's bullshit. Alright, well, then you come and give me a job. You come and pluck me from obscurity to where I can get my YouTube channel blowed wide open. I can be in the next movie where I'm the guy, playing the guy with the shield, running, fighting, attacking, kneeing, elbowing, and doing the things that I love to do because making movies make me happy. I need a job. But as long as the casting calls have a list that do not involve people who are mixed, I'm screwed. Because most people don't know what the hell my ethnicity is. Though if you've seen the other video, and if you've seen every other video I have made on this channel, I specifically have told people that I am of Cherokee Indian descent, I am of black descent, and I am of white descent. And I do not deny my cultures. Now here's the thing. I can never play a white man. I can always play a black man, and I can always play a Native American / Asian man or half-breed. The problem is, no stories like that exist. In those things, I don't know which one it is, but there's disc that I have all of that written down and ready to go. I have Native American stories. I have Asian stories from China, Japan, Korea. I have all the stories from legends that I have learned while learning martial arts. They don't really have rights because they're legends. But I can spin it any way I want and be a superhero or a villain or whatever it takes to get my foot in that door. When the studio came to Petersburg, and I'm going to end this right here on this note. When the studio came to Petersburg, my plan was simple. Go in, get an interview, get an acting job, and never look back. See how that worked out for me. Now, I don't know what the studio is doing, but I know what they're not doing. They're not giving me a job, so I'm not going to promote them until they do. But the whole point of the studio being here was so that actors here in Virginia, even though we go to casting calls with these lists that we're not on, would have a studio here. So we don't have to move to California to get work, to be discovered, to live the Hollywood dream on the East Coast. Epic fail. Now I'm going to end this with this. When you go to these casting calls, first and foremost, your job is to sell yourself and be polite so that when you are on that list, so if you're white, all Asian, or all black, you're in. It's people like me that aren't on that list. People who are mixed. See, if you're Asian and you need to have dreadlocks, they will cake the shit out of your hair so that you can have those dreadlocks. I've never seen an Asian male or female with dreadlocks. And on that day, I'm sure they're either in a movie, which they probably have to play the black character because Japan doesn't have a whole lot of black people working and acting stuff there. But if they want me, I'll gladly go. Just make sure you pay me and make sure you follow my do's and my don'ts. That being said, for all Asian countries that would give me a job. Because I don't want to do what I'm going to school for. I need to do what I'm going to school for because I don't have any opportunities here to do what I want to do. Now, on that list also, if you're white, they can slap you with makeup, put you in prosthetics, and if you're over 6 feet, you're in. Either you're male or female, you're in. If you're all black and you're whatever they're looking for, you're in. But mixed people like me, we're not on that list. So people who want to talk about me, talk about not being represented, it's the damn truth. I am not being represented. There is no mixed people in Hollywood writing stories for mixed people, which is why mixed people like me aren't working. Some of us get lucky. But the ones that do get lucky are generally going to play one character or the other, and you'll never see them with their parents of different ethnicities at different times, and y'all need to catch up with me. Because those were my plans. I'm James from Virginia, come for having number 2, B, C, and U. I'm going to make one more video, but this is not it. 15 minutes of your life you can't get back.